Okay, how are you today? Whew, I'm catching my breath. I have my classroom upstairs, and I just ran up the stairs. I'm sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was making breakfast for my kids. Whew. Sorry, out of breath. Okay, so today while we're talking, we've got two people here. Go ahead and say hi, click like. Today, remember I printed these? Now I have the toilet paper rolls. So I'm going to make them while we're talking. And also I wanted to show you guys some amazing, awesome books. Literally, I mean, I'm not just saying it because I sell it, but these are awesome books that I ordered for my kiddos, like I paid money for. And they came in the mail yesterday and they're really cool. So I'll show them to you. First, I'm going to make some of these lens covers. It's going to look like this. What I noticed is it gets a little weak because it's so thin after so much use. So I need to make some more of them. Maybe reinforce it with tape. So I have to make it this shape because every single class I'm using my webcam. And this is what I need to cover up my webcam. It looks like this. Ooh. So here are some of my, I love how it refocuses right away. Here are the ones I've got. They're pretty fun. Joyce Stewart's here. Hey, she says, yum, yum, good Thursday morning. Hey, Joyce Stewart, by the way, our friend Kelly Tag, teacher Kelly Tag, go subscribe to her channel. And on Mondays, she is starting to have meetups at 10:15 or 10:30-ish. And our friend Danny, Happy Farms, Louisiana, she has her lives on Wednesday. So we have, if you want to live every day, and Danny's are at 9 o'clock, I think. So yeah, Kelly's is at 10:15 or 10:30 on Monday. Mine are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30. And Danny's are at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays. So yeah. So if you want to live meet up with some teachers. Oh, for Central Time, it's 9:15. Okay, I'm Central. I'm telling Central Time. She had said 9:15. I think she was talking about Eastern Standard Time maybe when she said 10:15 before. So 9:15, I'm talking Central Time. I forget that I have to talk about time zones. So can I show you guys what I just gave my kids for breakfast? This is my first time giving it to them. And two of my kids were thrilled and one of them was not impressed. So what it is doesn't look that great, but it's avocado in a tortilla. And my daughter Esther was disappointed that it wasn't cheese, like for a quesadilla. And I told her, okay, I'll make you a quesadilla later, but just try it, you know, it's good. And she didn't want to, so I got a little bit. But yeah, my other two love avocados, so I think they'll like it. And then the other thing I'm making, hopefully you guys aren't vegan or anti-hunting. My dad's a hunter, and he gave me some deer meat, venison. And so my dad's actually coming over today. He gave me the venison like a month ago, and I put it in the freezer. So I'm going to cook it up. But yeah. Love venison. Yeah, for me, it has to have some other flavor. I can't just like eat it by itself, but it's good in like a stew. It's good in chili. Oh dear. I love deer in more than one. Okay, I'm glad you guys aren't like, oh my goodness, I'm leaving this live because I'm vegan. I do have a very sweet vegan friend. And we can just have different diets and still be friends, right? But yeah, what my dad likes about it is the price, right? So he just has to pay one time at a butcher to get it processed and everything. Some of it gets turned into deer jerky, and some of it gets turned into ground meat. And so he gave some ground meat to me. He also gave us some deer jerky, but I'm not into it. My husband likes it. So whenever we get it from my dad, we give it to my husband. It just kind of tastes like bark off of a tree to me. I'm like, okay, well, I like beef jerky a little bit, but not enough to like buy it when I'm getting groceries or anything. Yeah, it says, oh, I couldn't be vegan. Love meat too much. Well, I was thinking with the recipes that I cook and stuff, it would be very I think it's very difficult to go vegan, and be sure to incorporate enough protein in your diet and everything. But my friend who's vegan, she's very slender. So I think if I went vegan, I would probably lose a lot of weight, you know, but that's not in my plan at the moment. Anyway, so as we're talking, I'm going to start cutting some of these out. This is just a reminder. This is my website for Usborne Books. This is the link that's specifically for buying under me, J8484. That's my code, and this is the website, myubam.com. That's myusbornebooksandmore.com. Now they have amazing books. I have to show you. Okay. I have an unboxing video from yesterday that nobody's watched yet, but my kids were so excited. See, for those of you who have been in on what's been going on in our lives lately, I took my daughter to kindergarten roundup at the Christian school and basically realized that I don't want to send her to kindergarten early, and then was thinking about it, and I was thinking, I don't want to work full-time at a Christian school so that my kids can go for free. I want to stay home with my kids. I don't want to teach other people's kids so that my kids can get taught for free. I want to teach my own kids. I want to, they're growing up so fast. They were babies like a second ago, and they're getting so grown up too fast. And if I send them to elementary school and I'm not with them, like, they're going to be graduating before I blink. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense for mamas out there? So I am sort of following in the footsteps of a couple friends of mine who they chose to be Usborne consultants in order to get the discount and to earn free books. And their homes are like full of Usborne books, and they homeschool their multiple kids, both families. One of them has like 6 kids. The other family has like 5. And so my daughters were thrilled. I spent a chunk of money getting a huge box full of amazing books, but these books are such high quality that they're going to get a lot of use out of them. So the first type of thing that I'm really excited to show you, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys the prices too, so that you have an idea. You don't have to check out the website to know, but my girls were having so much fun with these. These are called Wipe Clean books. So they come with a dry erase marker. But my idea too is that I can have a dry erase marker any color they want with an eraser on it, and it works just as well. These are dry erase books. So that means they're thick enough that my baby can't tear them apart. And it's not like a coloring book where you color the page and end up throwing it away, or like saving on printer paper. Think of how much money I'm saving. This is an $8 book, but think of how many times my kids are going to use it. So this is common words to copy so they can trace the letters. My daughter Esther yesterday practiced tracing all of the letters of the alphabet. So when she's tracing this, she's not watching TV, she's not doing screen time, she's practicing doing something educational, but she's having fun doing it. It's like something she begs me to do, like, Mom, can I please have a marker and work in the marker book? Also, there was a beautiful moment yesterday when my son was napping and both my girls were markering in marker books, and the house was silent and no one was begging me for something or bothering me. And I was just like, wow, I could like put laundry away or take a nap or something. So that was pretty cool. The other thing is my 3-year-old, I bought these for my 4-year-old and for my 3-year-old when she gets 4, but my 3-year-old really wanted to do them. So she ended up getting marker on her hands and on her clothes. The good thing about it is it's dry erase. So it just took a wet wipe or water and it wipes right off. And when you give them, when you wash their clothes, it washes right off. So that's the nice thing about dry erase markers, is they wipe right off. So yeah, so look, they trace the word and then they practice spelling the word. So they're learning how to spell. I bumped myself in the face. So they're practicing the words, and I'm such a visual learner. I love that it's on a school. You see, it's on a school. It's not just a paper that says school. It's on a school. They write school, and then they practice spelling it. And so they're memorizing from a young age. And the amazing thing about it is one of these books that I got a bunch of these. Okay. So these were $8 each. But you see, in my first 2 months with the company, if I sell a certain amount of books and stuff, which I'm my only customer at the moment, if I sell a certain amount of books, I can get double the free books benefit back. So essentially, I'm not just buying the books, and I also like get paid a percentage to sell. So I'm getting some of my money back, and I'm earning free books. So like when I spend money on this, being a consultant, that's why I have a couple mom friends that homeschool, and they have houses full of Usborne books, because they've worked the system to where they bought some and then they got some money back, and then they got some books for free. So they own a lot of really good high quality books. So I've got words to copy, and these are $8 each. For my whole huge box of books, I paid $10 shipping. So I spent like, with taxes and everything, taxes and shipping, I spent $155, but I got like 30 books. I got like a million books. No, I'll show you in a minute. I got a bunch of books. So the wipe clean books, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think I got more than that too. The amazing thing is my 4-year-old yesterday was learning how to tell time. And at the same time she was learning how to tell time, she was practicing writing the numbers, which I thought like, wow. And so my mother-in-law and I were just sitting there and talking to her about the numbers. So my mother-in-law's talking to her in Spanish. I'm talking to her in English. So she's practicing Spanish and English and telling time and writing numbers like all at the same time. And for her, it's fun. She's having a blast, you know? So this one's math. I haven't taught any math to my daughter yet. Andy, not Andy. Danny, you actually inspired me because I watched your video with your daughter and you were talking about 2 + 2. And I'm like, I haven't done any math with my daughter. But the funny thing is she's so smart because I taught her 2 + 2 = 4. And she told me later that day, she said, Mom, 9 + 1 = 10. I'm like, how did you know that? She just figured it out. So she's so smart. So you can see where my daughter was marking. This is my daughter's tracing right here. And so it wipes right off. Just like wipes right off, you know, which is so nice. So these books, I'm saving paper. They can't be torn apart easily by little brothers. And it's so colorful and visual, and you're practicing counting and practicing making your own math problems and doing different math problems. If you see it a little bit dirty, I'll wipe it off later. But yeah. So it's just so like awesome. And I'm not saying that because I sell it. I'm saying that because I ordered it. I spent money on it and I think it's awesome. You know what I mean? This one's doing dot to dots. I thought that was a fun activity. So practicing like number order and drawing lines, you know, to do dot to dots. This one's learning how to draw. My daughter is a little artist, but I don't let her play with markers and crayons that much because I like my house not drawn on. This is the one I was telling you about, telling time. So she's tracing the lines for telling time, and she traced all of these numbers. 1 through 12. And that's good for her because she's recently been calling the number 11. She's been calling it 20 lately. And I'm like, honey, that's the number 11. So it's good for her to practice her numbers more and like the names of them. So it's good for a mom or a grandma to sit next to her and talk to her about the times. So she's not just tracing, but even if she's by herself, she's tracing numbers And if we've already told her how to tell time, she's sitting there practicing, thinking about it, talking about it. These are like sight words or just simple words. And she, look, you can see she was tracing the letters on the first page. So yeah, these books are $8 each. Look, she can also draw in it. But the cool thing about it is it wipes clean, you know, it comes totally off. So it's just awesome. And you can use a little bit of water if you're having trouble. So my daughter, my 3-year-old, also markered all over the wall yesterday with the dry erase marker. And I took a little scrubbing because I have stucco. So it like went in the creases. I had to use like a toothbrush, but I got it off the wall. But I think this is more for my 4-year-old's level because she didn't do such vandalism. So this is shapes, practicing tracing shapes. This is ready for writing. So actually, that's so cool. It's practicing tracing the letters, but also tracing different shapes like round and straight lines and stuff. I haven't read what you guys are saying in the chat box, but I will catch up in 1 minute. I want to show you guys these awesome books. So this book, let me set this to the side. All right. I said 30 books. I think I got like 40 books. Let me check. Okay, so this one's a Lift the Flap book. My kids love Lift the Flap books, and this is a book we actually already owned before, but my kids loved it so much it got torn apart. You know, the flaps got torn off and stuff like that. So I bought a new one for them, and they were so excited to see it again because this is a favorite in our house. You could even use it with VIP Kid, talking about sharks and talking about whales and talking about dolphins and seahorses and all the good stuff. So they can discover different things all over on the pages. And it's just got beautiful illustrations. You can see a puffer fish puff up. And for my son, I got him a little box of these cardboard books because I don't trust my kids with paper books right now because they tear them up. But I did buy a few paper books, but just to watch them closely with. And my daughter actually markered on this book, and I realized with a wet wipe, it wipes right off. So that's nice. So I got him a whole box set, and a couple of them are missing. They're downstairs because we've been loving reading them. This is the ABC book. So it's got, you can even use this with a VIP Kid too. A bedtime book. This is talking about lamp and stuff. This reminds me of VIP Kid. So it's got vocabulary words on each page and beautiful illustrations. And it's cardboard, so my kids can't tear it apart, which is important to me. My kids are 4, 3, and 1.5. So yeah, I'm not showing you every page, but this one's my body. My kids don't know all the body parts. Well, you know, they know a lot, but they could still learn some more. Like wrist. I don't think they know wrist, or I think they know ankle, but yeah. So run, sit, stand, t-shirt, hat. So these are even good for my girls. At home, window, tree, door, lots of vocabulary words. So then you could later quiz your kids about the names of things, right? So things that go. We've got cars and planes and boats, and basically becoming an Usborne Books consultant, I don't regret it because and I don't regret my idea of kind of homeschooling because I'm going to try it out with preschool, teach my kids some stuff, have some fun times. These are nursery rhymes. This is a neat little book about a new baby. I got this for $5, it says. And I also got, I think they're downstairs. Okay, this is one of them. These books are only $2. They're paper, but they have beautiful illustrations. I made a video yesterday reading all 3 of the books. One of them is going to school. One of them is going to the doctor. One of them is going to the dentist. They were $2 each. I got them for Esther especially. Oh, here's another one of those from the box set. Colors. I don't remember how much the box set was, but it was really a good deal. Here's another wipe clean book about animals. So yeah. Oh, wow. Guys, look at that. It shows you how to draw the animals. That's pretty cool. That could help even adults learn how to draw. You can even use that for a VIP kid reward idea. Maybe, maybe not. Probably the dog and cat, definitely. So anyway. And then last but not least are these lovely touch and feel books. I got this for my Deborah. She loves touch and feel books. So yeah. They have a whole set of touch and feel books called That's Not My with Usborne. So yeah, all those markers from all those books are down here. I keep them from my kids because they would marker on the wall. They have to be observed when using them, or they marker on themselves or the wall. But by they, I mean my 3-year-old. 1 second, guys. Let me pick this up. Okay, cool. So yeah. Again, some of the books I got are downstairs, but that's most of them. So yeah, those are pretty cool books. I'm going to make some of my, again, this is my link, j8484.myubam.com. I'm just clicking on the link and checking out the books. You don't have to buy something, but it's categorized under different categories. You can search under the search engine. If you want to look at just wipe clean books, you can type wipe clean. If you want preschool level, you can type preschool, or you can click that link. Yeah, link that in the description. How do you write in the description of a live? Okay, let me check up what you guys talking about. Yeah, love venison. Oh dear, I love deer meat. You have to marinate it and cook it well. My husband can cook it well. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I couldn't be vegan. Yeah. Danny said, I'm here. Burned the eggs and Dixie dropped a whole glass of juice. Hello, ladies. Oh, welcome to my life. I say that to my husband all the time. Whenever he's home and my kids do something crazy, I'm like, bienvenido a mi vida diario. Welcome to my daily life. Like, just cleaning up messes. Welcome to my life. Stay home with them as long as you can. Yeah, I was thinking, like, if my kids get to be like middle school or high school age and they decide they want to go to Christian school, they can. And by then I would have more money saved up for that. But also another option is they can be involved in sports and choir and even like maybe go to art class and stuff with the Christian school without having to go to school with them. And even if you do that and you're involved with them in any way, they'll include you in the graduation ceremony. They have homeschoolers graduate with them because they honestly only have like a graduating class of like 4 people, and then it'll be a graduating class of 8 people when they include the homeschoolers. So they still have like a really small graduating class. So my kids can even have a graduation ceremony with the Christian school, even if they homeschool. So yeah. Yeah, these books are, okay, so all you really have to teach in the beginning is teaching them to love learning. You're doing it good, girl. Thank you. Yeah, so my kids, they know their colors, letters, numbers, and shapes. So that's why I kind of got these books, because they know the basics, but they don't really draw that much and they don't really write that much. So now we're working on like holding a pencil correctly, and these books make learning fun. So it's not like I'm like, you sit down and do your homework right now. It's like, Mom, can I please marker in the marker book? And I'm like, okay, which one do you want? What color do you want? You know? And so it's like them being like, oh, my mom let me color with the pink marker and she let me pick which book, you know? So it's kind of like I've noticed that too with food. This is a pro tip of a mom with 3 littles. Instead of just giving them a let's say like a white plate with like required food for them to eat. I will have 3 different colored plates. So I'll let them pick what color plate they want, and whatever's left over we give to baby brother because he's not old enough to pick yet. And I have different options on the plate. And so they might have like grapes and peanuts and quesadilla and something else, chicken nuggets or something. So as they're, or carrot sticks or whatever, as they're eating, they're like, oh, I'm going to eat the carrots first because that's my favorite. But once they eat their carrots, then they'll be like, oh, I want some peanuts too. You know what? I'll try a chicken nugget. Okay, I want some quesadilla. Okay. So like by having different options on their plate and by letting them pick the color of the plate, they I don't do that condescending like, you have to sit there and eat your food or else blah, 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 blah. Because my parents did that with my oldest brother, and it just made like food a negative thing. And so instead of doing that, it's just like, okay, what you don't eat, like we'll put back in the fridge, or mom will eat it or whatever. So yeah, and when they get to pick the color of the plate, they feel like they picked their food. You know what I mean? They're young enough that they feel that way. But yeah, kids have trouble with the time since we use digital. Yeah, that's true. I worked in the school a few years ago, and I worked a lot with those children on time. Quarter after and quarter of were really hard for them. Quarter of is still confusing to me as an adult, because to me, like, who says that? You know what I mean? I would say like quarter till, but quarter of, I think, is quarter till, right? But yeah, when teaching with VIP Kid and we say half, like half after or whatever, half past, sorry, when we say 3:30 or whatever, I say it's good for you to know that in case somebody says it, but more often than not in America, you're going to be hearing 6:30, 5:30, you know, that's what we say, because the old way of talking, or the British way of talking, is to say half past, or maybe just more formal. All of the best things about homeschool is that they process as fast or as slow as they want or need to. Exactly. Okay. When I went to kindergarten roundup, I realized that they're going to be teaching my kids the things that they already know. And I'm like, I'm going to be paying $400 a month. I'm going to be missing out on being with my kids. And they're just going to be reviewing what they already know. When I know my kids. I know what they know. And I could be solidifying what they know and adding to their knowledge by teaching them new things. I know my kids already know their numbers. They don't know how to tell time. I can teach them in English and in Spanish. Their kindergarten teacher doesn't know Spanish. You know what I mean? So not to like brag on myself and say I know more than the teacher, but the teacher has a specific curriculum she's required to teach, and she has a group of kids to cater to. She's not individualizing each individual kid. So like if my kid is brighter, she's going to have to continue reviewing and just practicing the stuff she already knows instead of advancing on and learning new things. Or if she's struggling with something in particular and maybe she needs to spend a couple weeks focusing on it, but the class only has scheduled to work on it for 2 days, she may not solidify. Say she struggles more with math. They'll be moving on to another math concept and maybe she's not ready for the next step yet. You know what I mean? So that's the cool thing about homeschooling, is you can work one-on-one with your kids. And also the older kids can help the younger kids. Like my 4-year-old, I'll teach her something and then she'll turn around and teach her sister. So the funny thing is, I taught Esther, like, you have to say please and thank you. And I hear her telling her sister she has to say please and thank you. I taught Esther how to pray for her lunch, and she's sitting there teaching her sister how to pray for her lunch. So I'm teaching Esther how to write right now. And I remember when I was little, my brother was showing me how to write and showing me how to write new words. And so I think the same will happen with my girls. The other thing is, if I send my oldest off to kindergarten, my younger two are going to miss out on that bond with their older sister, and they're going to miss her. And I want my kids to be best friends, you know. She has other friends, but I want her to continue that bond with her siblings. So I never thought I would think about homeschooling. I never thought my husband and I, either of us, would be for it. But surprisingly, when the time comes, it seems like it's the best option at the moment. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, Danny said she's interested about the books. That's cool. Speaking of cleaning off markers, I wipe all my whiteboards with nail polish remover because I sometimes accidentally use permanent markers instead of wipe off ones. I've heard of people doing that online, and people have mentioned that maybe you don't want to use alcohol or nail polish remover because it could remove the glossing on it, but it's totally up to you if that's working for you. It just might be a little less glossy. Another trick is if you write with permanent marker, just write over it with an Expo marker and it'll erase right off. You could also use Windex, which would keep the shine and wipe it off. Yeah. But scrubbing that wall yesterday, I was reminding myself that my 3-year-old cannot be trusted with markers. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So afterwards, I can link that in the description. That's nice. They do that. In my dreams, brick and mortar schools don't exist and the government doesn't take our money, but we can use all that money to travel and teach. Talk about economic boost, but this is just in my dreams. Yeah, I know. No one says that anymore. That's a good way to say it. Cut and glue. Aiden was bored. Oh, cut and glue. Aiden was bored. Oh, that was copy paste. Hey, congrats, by the way. Oh, thank you. Danny, you watched the end of the live? Okay. So I'm going to cut some of these out. Which do you guys like? I think I'm going to cut the butterfly one out first. Ooh. I like this one and the butterfly one especially. Okay, let's cut it out. Cut it out, guys. So I have 3 people watching and I have 2 likes. So go ahead and like the video. I'm excited that Danny is consistently going to do her videos every Wednesday. And unless she says different. And I'm excited to see Teacher Kelly's videos every Monday. So the cool thing is Teacher Kelly and I get in on Danny's lives, and then Danny and Teacher Kelly get on my live, and then we go over to Kelly's live now. So yeah. And Joyce is here. Thank you, Joyce Stewart. So I have Joyce Stewart, Teacher Kelly Tag, and Danny. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but working for VIP Kid is kind of it's hard to say a dream come true. It's almost like a dream I never thought to dream come true. It's so amazing that we can earn a good paycheck working from home. And for me, doing what I love. I love teaching. I love culture. I love languages. And I love staying home with my kids, but I also love earning a paycheck. The funny thing is, I work so much harder with my 3 kids. And teaching online is like a break from that. So in my mind, I should be getting a big paycheck from all this hard work with my kids, and I don't get a paycheck for that. So when you're a stay-at-home mom, that can be discouraging. When you're used to, you know, earning a paycheck, or when, you know, the bills are adding up and maybe your family doesn't have money for the mortgage or whatever. We were several months behind on our mortgage when I started this job, and we haven't been behind on it since. We've been up to date on all of our bills, and we have extra, you know. That's kind of why I don't want to start Christian school, because all that extra money would be going to the school, and then we wouldn't have extras for, you know, like clothes and groceries and books and all that stuff. So I thought, why don't I keep that money, keep my kids and teach them and use some of that money to get them some cool books. It definitely gave me the confidence. Seeing the price of Christian school definitely gave me the confidence to spend some money on some good quality books to teach my kiddos, you know. So how exactly did I cut this? So I'm looking at how I cut it. So yeah. These scissors are not that awesome, but oh well. Okay. All right. Okay, so Teacher Kelly said, yes, I was looking for a work from home job a year before I found it. I love all those things too, Evelyn. Yeah. Okay. So I majored in culture, well, intercultural studies and Bible. So I went on a missions internship to Uruguay, South America. And, I think I'm cutting this wrong, but I'm going to experiment and see if it works out. It's just a toilet paper roll. So if my experiment doesn't work out, it's still going to be all right. You know what I mean? Let's try this. Let's see what's happening here. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I think I messed this up, but that's okay. It's a toilet paper roll. So if it's totally trash when I'm done, that is a-okay. It's toilet paper roll. I've got some others. So yeah, it says it's so hard when they're little. I don't use one of those anymore. Are you talking about the lens cover? You know what I use the lens cover for? VIP Kid does not let you turn on your camera or load the slides until you push start class. So if I were to do that, I can't look at the slide. My student can't look at the slide until class time. But it lets you push it 5 minutes before. So with using this lens cover, I get to make sure my camera is working. Let me see if this concept is working out for me. This is a different way of doing it. Let me check it out. I'm just trying stuff out, guys. So give me a moment to find my tape. So let me see what I'm doing. I'm kind of inventing a new way, but it's going to be more reinforced. So don't mind all the sirens. Do you hear all that? It's like a bunch of ambulances and cop cars. Don't worry, guys. I said I love it. I said I live in the ghetto, and that's a little bit okay. Like ghetto. Okay. People get murdered, like, in our area. There's gang activity in our area. But it's still safe during the day. I know that sounds crazy. But, like, you guys see me playing on the front porch and stuff. When I first moved here, I was like, if it's really, like, dangerous here, why do the kids play outside? Well, you just know, after 6 o'clock, don't go outside. Pretty much if you have kids. Okay, let me trim this a little bit more. I'm just experimenting, guys. You're in the thought process with me. Let me get this trimmed up here. Try to get it to work. Okay. So I wanted a house that was within walking distance of the grocery store and the park, in case we ever like had mechanic problems. Like mechanical problems with our car like we do right now, we could still go to the park and the grocery store. But now, I would not go to that park or that grocery store. We actually drive further to go to better ones because a couple of guys were shot. One of them was murdered. One of them was close to murdered at the park, in the parking lot. So we're never taking our kids there again. And that grocery store is pretty shady. Shady one. Not working out. Okay, let me trim a little bit more. So this is kind of what I do sometimes is this is what I do when I'm sewing too. I don't really follow a pattern. This is the kind of creative mind I have. I just kind of try things and see how I can get them to work. And then if it's not working, I try it again and adjust it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's try that. See if that's working out. Okay, that's why I had it trimmed like that. One moment. Let's see here. Is this boring? I don't use a camera cover for GoGo Kid because they don't see me till I click start. I haven't made a new cover for my webcam yet. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's almost getting there. Getting there. Let's see. Getting there. Getting there. Okay. That's pretty good. I like it. That's a good one. Okay. So now I'm going to tape on. Yo. What? So I cut out the circles. They have this weird expression that goes, if it was a snake, it would have bitten me. I had them right in front of me. So let's do the butterfly one, just to be fun. So I'm going to look at the very bottom. I'm going to put a little line. And I'm going to go at the very bottom of this and go on the back. Put a little line. And then I'm going to tape it on. Okay. I'm afraid the IT guys can still see me. How can they still see you if you have your camera covered? You see, hackers, IT guys, students, their only window to seeing you is your webcam. So, if it's covered, the window's covered. The window to seeing you is covered. Now, if you don't cover that window and you have your camera off, it's possible that someone's watching you. So I feel more safe with the camera cover and the camera on because I have more control than if the camera is just like out in the open. Oopsie daisy. Line up the lines, Evelyn. If the camera is just out in the open, there was a Miss America that had a stalker taking nude photos of her through her webcam, and she wasn't aware of it. And then he like blackmailed her with those photos of her like changing her clothes. And that's not happening in my house. What I do is I change my clothes in the bathroom before I get to. Well, this tape is not very sticky. When in doubt, go bigger, right? Yeah, so that kind of freaked me out, but like it was through the webcam. There's nothing else on your computer that can take a video of you. There's no other way people outside of your home can see you except through your webcam. So if your webcam is fully covered, nobody can see you. Now, if your camera is off, it's possible that someone still has it on their end somehow. You know what I mean? That makes any sense? So that's me being paranoid and creeped out and proactive. So there's only 2 people watching. Danny said bye. Oh my gosh. Guys, my kids, I gotta go. My son started playing video games and she broke a second cup and left a huge mess. Mom life. Okay, I like to think my kids are going to grow out of their current stages. But I think mom life continues to be hard later on, right? It's just hard in different ways. Like my 4-year-old's starting to get an attitude that I think she's never going to lose. The attitude of she loves telling me I'm wrong. And I'm like, you're 4. Like, you're not right. Like, I'm right. I'm mom. Or like she wants to pick out her outfits and she does not want me having any control over her outfits whatsoever. If she decides she wants to wear shoes that are 2 sizes too small, I better not say anything about it. So I'm like, is this a preview of her as a teenager, what it's going to be like? So I put tape all over this thing, man. Let's check it out, see what happens. We'll see. It's blurry. Let's see if it'll re-autofocus. See, sometimes it focuses, sometimes it doesn't. Focus. Come on, focus. Focus. Focus, camera. Well, it doesn't want to focus, but I will save that for class. I'm just going to make one more, I think. Okay. I still load the camera. I just put a sticky note over it. Wow, Danny said. Wow, Teacher Kelly said. I don't use a camera cover for Gogo Kid. What are they saying wow to? Oh, wow. It's so hard when they're little. I don't use one of those anymore. She broke another cup. I still load the camera. My house is full of plasticware because my kids would definitely break cups if they were glass. But their cups are mostly sippy cups. I don't use a camera. Okay. I don't trust that, Danny. I still cover for Go-Go Kid. Really, huh? I can tell they can't see me. Hello, down the rabbit hole. I'm afraid the IT guys can still see me, LOL. I meant for Go-Go Kid when you don't have it covered. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, she already said that. Okay. Yes, it's hard in different ways. Yeah, with older kids. Tell me about having older kids. Well, I a little bit know because I was a camp counselor. But I think it really depends on the individual personality of the kids. Because you have certain kids that all they want to do is like people please and make you happy. And you have some kids that all they want to do is rebel. You know what I mean? And my kids probably are a mixture. You know, they want to do their own thing, but they want my approval of their own thing. If that makes any sense. So, but the cool thing is, as they get older, they're learning to obey more. They're learning to help and clean up, and they're learning to not make messes as bad. But they're still ornery, still naughty. So, yeah, I showed you guys the books. I made a camera cover. I'm not sure I'm going to make another one. I'll probably be finishing this up pretty soon. This has been going for 48 minutes. I think we're good. Thank you guys for coming to my live. Please check out Teacher Kelly's live on Mondays and Teacher Danny's lives on Wednesdays. It says, my daughter has a chronic illness, so that comes with a whole different set of challenges that most people with kids my daughter's age don't have to deal with. Yeah. Very good. All right. Teacher Kelly, I look forward to your live. So right now it says I have 2 people watching, and I'm pretty sure that's Joyce and Teacher Kelly. And Joyce, I wanted to say, check out Teacher Kelly's live on Monday. She's going to potentially be talking about pay difference between Go-Go Kid and VIP Kid. Anytime that I know someone that that is interested in finding out more information, you know, if God ever closes the door for VIP Kid, and heaven forbid we lose our jobs, or this job doesn't work out, it's nice to know there's similar companies that pay as much or more. So that's my 2 cents about that. All right, I'm going to go now. My kiddos are saying, mommy, mommy. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.